Yo, yo, yo. We're live, baby, on the way home. Just finishing up with work. Figure I'd pop in the car and just debrief myself on what's been going on with the Moog One. RIP, Moog One. RIP indeed. It is over. The end of an era. I guess if you want to call it an era. Or it's the end of something. It's 5 years in the making, 6 years for sale. And now it's a new term I learned today. EOL, baby, end of life for the Moog One. Now, the Moog One, if we don't know, but I think we do all know, the Moog One was riddled with issues, but people who have it right now seem to think that the Moog One is absolutely probably the best thing you could ever own right now. That's what the people with it are saying. I had about, I don't know, 200 comments today I was reading through, and the Moog One, people were saying that the latest firmware upgrade for all of it now is the best it could ever be. So I don't know if that's just the way. What's up, Echo baby? What's happening, man? We're just talking about the funeral preparations for the Moog One. That's what we're talking about, and we're trying to figure out if the what's up, Heathcliff? What's happening? Yeah, we're just talking about the Moog One. You know, took 5 years to create. They sold it for 6 years. The Mold One is gone. It's over. Like I said, I had about 200 comments today, and everybody who owned a Moog One was like, the Moog One is the greatest thing of all time, and now the rendition is the best it's ever been. You know, that's what they were saying. And then, to be honest, 90% of the 200 comments, or whatever it is, were pretty much like, yeah, Moog failure. But the Moog One was an absolute success. So, I don't know. Someone said today that what they sell, 4,000 units of the Moog One. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, was it a success? I think it wasn't a success as far as reputation, but business-wise, I don't know. Can you say it was? Can you say the Moog One was a success business-wise if Moog basically went out of business and got bought? I don't know. That was their flagship synthesizer. So, what happened? Where did they go wrong? Anybody got any ideas where they went wrong? If Moog was their most expensive product, it was their flagship synthesizer, the Moog One. Where did they go wrong? You know? Anybody got any ideas? I kind of got an idea where they went wrong. You know, I kind of got a few ideas where they went wrong. And baby, when I got the Pit Vipers on, bro, woo, it comes out. I'm renting a hearse to pick up. Yeah, I'd say we all got to do the, you need a hearse to pick that thing up. A big giant hunk of wood and metal that didn't work. 4,000 units is only $3.2 million over 5 years. Yeah, don't fact check me on the 4,000 units, but I thought someone today said 4,000 units. I'm driving here now. If it cuts in and out, just have some patience, it'll be back, because there's these weird 5G towers, and for the craziest reason, when I go between them, it jams my signal. I don't know why, but it does. You wouldn't think. You think anyway. Moog One, if it's true, yeah, I think 4,000 units sold. It took them 5 years to build, okay? And they sold it for 6 years, so what's that, 10 years? As 500 units sold per year, and it was a firmware failure, and I believe under the hood it was a heating failure. But this is where, listen, I'm a newbie. Yeah, overpriced turd. It was you know what they say, you can't shine a turd, but damn, that Moog One was pretty, man, and I feel like they just blew it. Why did they blow it? They couldn't keep it in tune. It's way too hot. Someone said today you should get a cooler studio if the Moog One was running too hot. I think that's crazy town, man. That's crazy town. Now, if you want to look at a real analog poly synth that's an absolute beast, look at the Capo, the Don, Nick Bat's review today of the Polybrood 12. Echo, you were a huge Moog supporter, man. We talked a lot about that, you know? Moog bit off more than nigga chew. Moogie, moogie, moogie. I'm saying Moog. Nick Bat says Moog. I'm saying Moog. The Brits, me British mates say Moog, so I'm saying Moog from now on. It's not Moog anymore, it's Moog. Because the Brits invented English, and if they say Moog, yeah, it's beautiful. You know what they should do? Anyways, let's not get what they should do yet, because I'm all fired up, man. I just got off 12 hours of work. I'm rolling home now. I'm gonna fire up the barbecue. I'm gonna eat a giant grass-fed American hamburger, baby, with some organic pork bacon on it and some fresh organic cheese from the farm down the road. That's what I'm gonna eat. And if that gets me all fired up, might get in the studio and do a Sam Jam mini concert. We'll see what happens. I got the Mini Freak taken out of the loop now, so we'll have to see what I do about that. We don't know. But anyways, Moog One, 4,000 units sold, 5 years in the making, 6 years on sale, and someone taught me the term today, EOL, end of life, or end of line. But is it sad? Are you guys sad about it? You know, are you sad? I don't know. I'm rooting for Moog. I'm like, everyone thinks Synth Samurai is like a Moog hater, bro. Listen, this goes out to Traders of the World. Is that what the name? Traders of the World? Traders of the Universe? Traders of the World? Long day, man. It's escaped me. Traders of the World. He's got a lot of Moog stuff, and he's got sound studio and everything, and he loves Moog. And listen, I'm a Moog lover too, baby. Everyone thinks that Synth Samurai is 100% Behringer, bro. No, man. I'm just the unofficial spokesperson for the Behringer bro gang, okay? I got hoisted into that environment due to the fact that nobody was picking up for Uli Behringer and the Behringer bros, okay? All the synthfluencers abandoned the Behringer bros. The Behringer bros want to know what synths are coming out from Behringer, okay? That's what the Behringer bros want, you know? So listen, hot tip. A lot of people think the memory Moog was way better than the Moog One. Word on the street is the memory Moog. We'll call it the Bemery Moog. Okay? They should call it the Amnesia. That's what Behringer's going to make, the Amnesia. And it's going to be the memory Moog clone. Trader to the Living, that's it. Sorry, Trader to the Living. Trader to the Living loves Moog. Listen, my boy, I love Moog too. I love all synthesizers. Like I've started to tell everybody, I got to put a disclaimer on all my content now. I'm a polyamorous synth lover. So is my boy Echo Craft. We love all synths, man. You know, we're like the Mormons of synthesizers. Okay, we have multiple synthesizer wives. We're Mormons. Okay, we're the Mormons of the synth world. Yeah. So Behringer's coming out with the Amnesia, the memory Moog clone. They might just call it memory. I don't know what they're gonna do, but you know, Uli, if you're listening, I guess you gotta clone that. You know what? I wanted you to get off the clones for a while, but I have to put in my 2 cents here right now. Clone the memory Moog, okay? We'll all be very happy with that. And you know, while you're at it, clone the Moog One too. But the Moog One's too big. I don't know. That's too big a synth, man. That's just gigantic. Can you imagine having that thing and paying $8,000 and having that thing not work? Can you imagine the rage that would fill through your body? All the nights you had to bring flowers home to your missus to apologize for spending $8,000 on a keyboard. All those nights you had to prime her up, or him, or a furry, or whatever your relationship is with. And you had to prime them up so that they would allow you to get your hands on that Moog One. Because you had gas so bad, your stomach was so bloated that you had to, whoa, hit a bump. You had to, you paid $8,000 for it, man. All right. Maybe change my mind. Echo, yeah, you got to keep me in line, brother. You are my, what do they call it? The Oracle. Okay, stop cloning synths now, Behringer. Move into your own range, but make the last clone. Yeah, like buying a boat. You know what they say? You know what they say about a boat? Is it something about a best friend or something? Like, you know what's better than a boat? A best friend with a boat. That's the expression. If it's not an expression, then I just made it up. Yeah. What's better than a boat? A friend with a boat. What's better than a Moog One? A friend with a Moog One. Man, the Synth Mafia haven't been talking about the Moog One. Listen, I know for a fact that a lot of the Synth Mafia want to get their hands on the Moog Muse, okay? A lot of them have already signed agreements to not really speak ill of Moog until after they get that Moog Muse, right? So you know what it is, man. You know what it's all about. I think I'm the only one on the internet right now that's allowed to talk about the Moog Muse in a negative light, and I'm the only one on the internet now who's allowed to talk about Moog, the company, in a negative light. But I'm not talking about them negatively to knock them. Like I always said, I want Moog to rise like a phoenix, baby, from the ashes. I want Moog to make a comeback. You know? I want Moog to make a comeback. I'm cheering for Moog. I've done more marketing for the Moog Muse than Moog have. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've done more marketing for the Moog Muse out of pure fun and enjoyment than Moog actually has, period. And I did it by accident. It wasn't even on purpose. It just, you know, you kind of wave, you got to ride the waves. Some wave crests, and then you can jump up on the beach. Listen, Moog Theremin is one thing. Moog Theremin is the one thing I want to get, actually. I wanted to get a Moog Theremin bad because I like the idea of playing an instrument with, I don't know, what do you want to call that? Electricity? Is that how the Moog Theremin works? Through the electricity of your hand? You know, I think that's fascinating. And I'm actually surprised that there hasn't been more developments in the Theremin area, because the Theremin is such a fascinating piece of musical equipment. I'm getting a Theremin. All right, you heard it here first. All right, why don't I want the Moog Theremin, DJ Doggy Dad? Tell me. But maybe I should get the Theremin by what's that other company? Xylophone? Is that the company? They got a Theremin for like $200 or something, or $100. The Stylophone. But yeah, I think we should all put our jabs aside, because you know what it's like, man. We're running gangs around here. We got our gangs of Synth Renegades, okay? And in the Synth Renegades, we got the Behringer Bros, we got the Corgis, okay? I don't know if we got a few Moogies, but we got a lot of analogies, like Hans Volt, okay? Hans Volt's an analogy. I could shorten that name and make it a little bit harsher, but I won't. We'll call them the analogies, okay? So we got the analogies, and the Synth Renegades are kind of, it's just another gang, like the Italians and the Irish, okay? The Yakuza and the Triads, if you know what I'm saying. So I think we should take a day. We should pour one out, spin drift. We should pour one out for our homie, the Moog One. All right? Should I do it? Should I pour some water on myself in the car? No way. I will not stoop to that low of wetting my pants in this car with my delicious spring water. But I will pour one out when I get home, I promise you. When I get home tonight, I'm gonna crack an I don't drink Coors Light, but I got a bunch in the fridge for visitors, so I don't mind dumping it out. I'm gonna go home tonight, I'm gonna crack a Coors Light, and I'm gonna dump one out for the Moog One. And if anybody would like to join me, let's do it. Grab one of those American beers that don't really taste that good, like a Bud Light or a Coors Light, and dump it out for our homie, the Moog One. Do not dump out your hazy IPAs. Do not dump out your beautiful craft beer. Save those, okay? Those are the arterias of beer, the craft beers, okay? Save those, but if you got any Bud Light or Coors Light in the fridge, dump one out for the Moog One tonight. That's what we're saying. I think that's only fair to do. That's fair to respect the end of life process and the 7 days of mourning for the Moog One. Maybe that's what we'll do. 7 days of mourning for the Moog One. I will not speak ill of Moog. What's today? Monday until next Tuesday. 7 days of mourning for the Moog One. Or is it? No, yeah, Moog One. Moog One. 7 days of mourning for the Moog One. Man, I'll tell you, there's a girl who does a Theremin video, and I think it's on the Moog website or Facebook or YouTube page, and she's a beautiful Scandinavian woman, and she loves the Theremin. She's a part of the International Theremin Organization of Planet Earth or something. She seems like a Palladian. She doesn't even seem human. And I mean that in the best kind of way. I mean that she doesn't seem human in the best kind of way. You know what I mean? So she seems like a Palladian or what do you call them? A Nordic white, if you know anything about those. She's either looks like a Nordic white or a Palladian. So she's one of those two. She's definitely not human. Yeah, R.I.P. Moog One. I will pour one out for you when I get home. And I hope you guys do too. Pour one out for them, but don't pour out your expensive beer, because you've already spent enough money on that Moog One that you do not need to pour out your expensive beer for that. I don't think so. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, if you're still stuck around, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're first in. My wife always tells me to say that, so I gotta remember to throw that out sometimes. I don't even like saying it because I find it weird. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not a busker, and I don't want to have to beg for subs or likes. If you want to like it, go like it. If you want to subscribe to it, go subscribe to it. If you don't, you know? Don't matter to me at all. Because the people who end up subscribing are all absolute legends, and we're all having a great time here. We're all building a great little community. Stanley Cup, baby. Oilers versus Florida. I'm going to be controversial tonight. Oilers versus the Panthers. I'm Canadian. I hope the Panthers win. I'm going for the Panthers. I'm full USA, 100% red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. I took my Canadian flag and I spray painted the maple leaf blue. That's what I got hung up in the house now, is a Canadian flag with the red, white, and the blue maple leaf. Because I'm Camerican now. I'm Camerican. I'm a Camerican. I like that. I'm a Camerican. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Moog One. Rest in peace. I think I'm going to dart now because we're coming into the rural area. I got to go through some rural communities before I hit back to the ranch. And like I said, maybe I'll do a live stream tonight if I knock that burger back. Yeah, and guess what? Canada's not winning the cup tonight. Canada's not winning the cup tonight. I hate to spoil it, and I hate to spoil everything. The NHL is rigged. The NHL, the NFL, the Major League Baseball, it's all rigged. And the Oilers aren't winning the cup tonight. The Florida Panthers are winning the cup. Because Florida needs to get more. The Florida and the Tampa Bay and all the Florida teams are having trouble with attendance and stuff. So usually when that happens, they end up giving the Stanley Cup to one of those cities to revive attendance so they can sell more merch, sell more beers, sell more peanuts. That's how the NHL works. It's totally rigged and fake. And just like the only real sport in the world is WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. That's the only real sport, and the only reason it's real is because they tell you it's fake. All the other ones pretend to be real when they're actually fake. Don't you find that crazy interesting? It's like a mind tron when you start thinking about it. The only real sport is the one that tells you it's fake, and that makes it real because they're admitting it's fake. And all the other sports are fake because they're pretending to be real while not telling you that they're fake. It's a multi-billion-dollar gambling industry, and it's a multi-billion-dollar sports industry. And if you think that they're going to leave it on the table for leave it up to chance who wins, nah, I don't think so. Not gonna happen. If you believe that, then I got a Moog One to sell you. Woo! All right, I gotta go, man. I'm coming into the rural territory. And we gotta go. Pit Vipers, baby. These are beautiful. You guys are beautiful. Synth Samurai Nation growing every day. Legendary. We got the Kumite award show coming up this Sunday. We also got the Echo Craft and Synth Samurai podcast coming up. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. And I still got the RSVP out for Synth Punk to join us tomorrow night. If he doesn't join us, there'll be no show. But I gave him till 12 p.m. tomorrow. If you're listening, Synth Punk, if you're listening, baby, the offer's open till 12 p.m. Okay, you got till 12 p.m. And if we don't get word by then, me and Echo are gonna have to spend some time with our ladies. All right, make up for all that music and all that content we've been producing. Agreement? All right. Slew, enjoy your day. I love you. Oh yeah, one more thing. I also got my Kumite shirt showed up at home. Got to try that on. Show it off. I got the full blast. Front, back, side. Woo! Slew.